The little boy met his adoptive father for the first time. He was frightened by the look of rejection on his face. Seeing this small and timid boy, his adoptive father could not hide his disappointment. At his wife's urging, he reluctantly shook the boy's hand. Earlier, Mel had appeared at the boy's orphanage. Dressed in bright colors like a rainbow, she lit up Thomas's gray and colorless world.
Hello, Thomas. My name's Mary. Have you ever been to an island?
So Thomas, who was always bullied at the orphanage, left with Mel. They crossed the sea and arrived at an island called Carrie. Looking at his future home, Thomas seemed very nervous, but when he stepped into the small house, he was instantly drawn to its colorful decorations. Mel gently showed him around his new room. After she left, he eagerly put on the clothes she had prepared for him. But when his adoptive father walked in, his excitement was immediately crushed. Seeing the boy stammer and unable to respond, Alec rolled his eyes and walked out. At dinner, Thomas glanced at Alec and felt too uneasy to eat. Only after his wife signaled him, did Alec reluctantly show some concern. Compared to Alec's obvious dislike, Mel was much more caring and gentle. Before bed, she brought Thomas some milk. Then she softly comforted him to sleep. With her kindness, Mel tried her best to ease Thomas's anxiety and fear. After Thomas fell asleep, Alec finally spoke his true thoughts to Mel. He had hoped for a strong and confident boy. Instead, he got someone timid and frail. Mel could only reassure him to give Thomas more time. The morning sun welcomed Thomas's second day in his new home. Mel continued to help him get familiar with everything. She taught him how to collect eggs. Suddenly it began to rain. Mel happily splashed in puddles with Thomas. Just as they were enjoying themselves, a stern figure suddenly appeared. Thomas froze in fear. Mel comforted him.
I know he can be as warm and inviting as that old King Fingal rock. But underneath it all, there's a tender heart. You'll come to know that one day. I promise you. Now come on.
Even though he was still afraid of Alec, with Mel by his side, Thomas began to love this place more and more. Mel took him to sit by the sea. She taught him how to call the seals with his voice. Watching the seals pop their heads out of the water, Thomas was amazed. Mel told him that seals could carry messages to loved ones who had passed away. So Thomas softly whispered to the seals. Then he told Mel that he had asked them to tell his grandmother. He liked it here. Mel was very happy to hear that. However, Thomas still lacked confidence. When neighbors came to visit, he hid in the chicken coop, too scared to come out. Only after Mel comforted him, did he gather the courage to go inside. But when he stuttered his greeting, the other kids laughed at him. Mel explained for him that Thomas knew what he wanted to say, but he was just too excited to get the words out. Encouraged by Mel, Thomas bravely went out to play with the other kids. They explored a cave together. The damp cave was filled with bugs and bats. Having grown up in an orphanage, Thomas had never seen anything like it. He got scared and ran out. His poor performance earned him more teasing from Seamus. Soon Thomas started school. When the teacher asked him to introduce himself, his stutter made the class laugh. This instantly brought back his painful memories from the orphanage. With the help of his classmate Lily, Thomas finally spoke sincerely. His sweet and honest words won over his classmates. They all raised their hands, wanting to sit next to him. After school, Thomas returned home and found a visitor there. It was a representative from the orphanage. For Thomas to stay permanently, he needed both Mel's and Alec's approval. But because Alec did not like him, he had not signed the adoption papers. Feeling sad, Thomas went to the beach and talked to the seals. Mel soon found him and noticed his unease. She gently comforted him, telling him Alec was just busy and had not had time to review the papers. For the first time, Thomas opened up to Mel. He admitted that at first, he only pretended to think of her as his mother. But after coming here, he truly began to love this place, and to love her. So at the beach, he called her Mom for the first time.
Mom.
After saying that word, Thomas finally felt like he belonged. He became more confident and cheerful. When he returned to the cave with his friends, he was no longer afraid. When he saw Seamus trapped while trying to steal bird eggs, Thomas bravely climbed up and helped him down. Both Mel and Alec noticed his change. Mel told Alec that even though they could not have their own child, Thomas might be a gift to them. Alec seemed thoughtful after hearing this. The next day, he tried taking Thomas to the shore to collect fish traps. At the beach, Thomas found a baby seal alone. Alec taught him how to feed it. Thomas promised he would come every day until it found its mother. His innocence began to soften Alec's attitude. On Thomas's birthday, Mel and Alec gave him a fishing rod. With Mel's hint, Alec agreed to take him fishing the next day. But on their way to the beach, Alec was called away to help a friend. Thomas was left alone waiting by the sea all afternoon. Only when Mel came looking for him, did she realize he had been there all day. Not wanting to disappoint him, she decided to take him out to sea herself. When they were on the water, Thomas suddenly asked her a question.
Why did you pick me?
We picked each other, didn't we? Because I loved you.
Then he added uncertainly that there were so many children at the orphanage. Mel told him she had noticed him long before adopting him, and during that time she slowly fell in love with him, so he was her favorite, and the only child she truly wanted. Her words felt like a rainbow in the sky, once again easing his fears and doubts. But just as Thomas was finally ready to embrace life, Mel suddenly fell ill.